Hey, my name is John Drummond. I'm from Panama City, Florida. Sitting here in the mountains north of about 12 hours north of Guadalajara, Mexico. And we're on a mission trip. This is our third trip to minister with the Huichol Indians, which is an unreached people group here in Mexico. I want to talk just a minute about Cross Vision's role in taking a church from a church that's not been involved in mission work all the way to the stage of becoming what we would call a mission strategy center. First trip I ever had an opportunity to be on was in October of 2001, and we took a little short trip to the border of Mexico, and were just truly overwhelmed by what we saw. And prior to that time, we had individuals from our church who had gone on mission trips just at their own accord, but we had never had an actual mission team from our church. And had an opportunity, came in contact with Cross Vision. Glenn and another guy came to our church and talked with our individuals who were interested in missions, helped us put together, trained a couple of team leaders, helped us put together a team, taught us how to do spiritual preparation, and that trip became a catalyst for our church that was contagious. And since that time, God has really walked us through the process through the years. What began as just one team of 8 men that out of a large church, and all we could really round together for that trip was 8 men who were willing to go. And for 2013, St. Andrew has over 20 mission trips planned. So God really took our church from a place of just a few individuals who felt called to go on mission to mission trips all around the world. But even beyond those trips, there was a process that took place. A lot of times people think about missions as a ministry, as something else that we do. You know, we have men's ministry, we have women's ministry, we have education ministry, we have youth ministry, we have missions ministry. And oftentimes it's treated like that, like a separate ministry within the church. But as God has walked us through this process, we've begun to see that missions is not another ministry of the church. It is the goal of the church. And that missions begins to permeate through every other ministry that we do. And it really is a process that Cross Vision has really helped us walk through to realize that it's good to send teams, but it's better to live on mission. And as our church has began to see that, and not only just to send out teams, but to realize that the whole rest of the time, every day of our lives, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year, it is God's desire for us to walk on mission. And that should be expressed in our jobs, in our workplaces, in our activities, in the things that we enjoy doing. God has commanded us to walk missionally every day. Also, from a mission standpoint, through Cross Vision's help, we've learned that God would have us to be on mission not just at random, but to have a strategy about that. And as God has began to lay people on our hearts and people groups on our hearts to develop a strategy to reach those people, not just one single mission trip, but trips that last, develop a strategy that takes a long period of time and have a commitment to come back and to build on the work that was done before. And so God has really taken our church from a place of not having mission involvement at all to really trying to see ourselves as a mission strategy center. But in my own personal life, God has changed my heart and has taken me from being someone that just had an interest in missions to really seeing God's desire for my life to walk day by day as a missionary. No matter whether I'm on the field or whether I'm at home at work, it's God's desire for my life to walk day by day. And that's how Cross Vision has had an impact, not just in my church's life, but in my life.